kids, where are you? It's time for all the art to tell stories.
In the small, picturesque town of Maplewood, life moved at a gentle pace. The streets were lined with charming houses, each with its own unique character, and the townsfolk knew each other by name. The heart of the community was the local post office, a quaint little building where the mail was sorted and delivered with care. For as long as anyone could remember, the post office had been run by Mr. Thompson, a kind and diligent man who took great pride in his work. But Mr. Thompson wasn't the only one who loved the post office. 10-year-old Katie Miller had always been fascinated by the world of mail. She loved the idea that a simple letter could travel across the country, or even the world, to bring joy, news, or comfort to someone far away. Every day after school, Katie would stop by the post office to chat with Mr. Thompson and watch him sort the mail. She dreamed of one day becoming a postal worker herself. One afternoon, as Katie was helping Mr. Thompson organize some packages, she noticed a small pile of letters sitting on the counter. They looked old and worn, as if they had been forgotten for a long time. "What are those?" Katie asked, pointing to the letters. Mr. Thompson sighed. "Those are lost letters. They were misdelivered or never made it to the right address. I've tried to find where they belong, but without the correct information, it's nearly impossible." Katie picked up one of the letters and examined it. The address was smudged, but she could make out a few words. "To Grandma, Maplewood." Her heart ached at the thought of someone's letter never reaching its destination. "Can I try to deliver them?" Katie asked, her eyes wide with determination. Mr. Thompson hesitated. "It's a big job, Katie. These letters could be years old. The addresses might not even exist anymore." "I know," Katie said firmly, "but I want to try. Maybe I can make someone's day by delivering their lost mail." Mr. Thompson smiled. "All right, Katie. If anyone can do it, it's you. Just be careful and let me know if you need any help." Katie's heart raced with excitement as she took the stack of letters. She knew it wouldn't be easy, but she was determined to reunite each letter with its rightful owner. She started by carefully examining each envelope, looking for any clues that might help her find the correct address. The first letter was addressed to a Mrs. Jenkins on Elm Street. Katie knew there were several Jenkins families in Maplewood, so she decided to start with the one closest to the post office. She knocked on the door and an elderly woman answered. "Hello, dear. Can I help you?" the woman asked. "Hi, I'm Katie. I found this letter and I think it might be for you," Katie said, holding out the envelope. The woman's eyes widened as she took the letter. "Oh my goodness, this is from my granddaughter. She sent this years ago, but I never received it. Thank you so much, Katie." Katie beamed with pride. "You're welcome. I'm glad I could help." Encouraged by her success, Katie moved on to the next letter. This one was addressed to a Mr. Carter on Oak Street. Katie knew there was only one Carter family on Oak Street, so she headed straight there. When she arrived, she found Mr. Carter working in his garden. "Excuse me, Mr. Carter. I think this letter is for you," Katie said, handing him the envelope. Mr. Carter wiped his hands on his overalls and took the letter. "Well, I'll be. This is from my old army buddy. I haven't heard from him in years. Thank you, Katie. You've made an old man very happy." Katie's confidence grew with each letter she delivered. She became a familiar sight in the neighborhood, her backpack filled with lost mail and her heart filled with determination. She knocked on doors, asked questions, and followed every lead she could find. Some letters were easy to deliver, while others required a bit of detective work. But Katie never gave up. One letter, however, proved to be particularly challenging. It was addressed to a Miss Emily on Maple Street, but the house number was illegible. Katie knew there were several houses on Maple Street, and none of them had an Emily living there. She decided to ask around, hoping someone might remember a Miss Emily who had once lived in the area. She started with Mrs. Henderson, who had lived on Maple Street for over 50 years. "Miss Emily? Oh, yes, I remember her," Mrs. Henderson said. "She lived in the blue house at the end of the street, but she moved away years ago." Katie's heart sank. "Do you know where she went?" Mrs. Henderson shook her head. "I'm afraid not, but you might try asking Mr. Jenkins. He used to be friends with her." Katie thanked Mrs. Henderson and hurried to Mr. Jenkins' house. He was sitting on his porch, reading the newspaper. "Mr. Jenkins, do you know where Miss Emily moved to?" Katie asked. Mr. Jenkins thought for a moment. "I believe she moved to the city, but I'm not sure where exactly." "Why do you ask?" Katie showed him the letter. "I found this letter for her, and I want to make sure she gets it." Mr. Jenkins smiled. "You're a good kid, Katie. I'll see if I can find her address for you." The next day, Mr. Jenkins handed Katie a piece of paper with an address on it. "I called an old friend, and he gave me this. It's Miss Emily's new address." Katie's eyes lit up. "Thank you so much, Mr. Jenkins." She rushed home and wrote a letter to Miss Emily, explaining how she had found the lost letter and wanted to make sure it reached her. She included the original letter in the envelope and sent it off with a hopeful heart. Weeks passed, and Katie continued her mission, delivering more lost letters and bringing smiles to the faces of her neighbors. Then, one day, she received a letter in the mail. It was from Miss Emily. "Dear Katie," the letter read, "thank you so much for finding my lost letter. It was from my dear friend who passed away many years ago. Receiving it brought back so many wonderful memories. You have a kind heart, and I am so grateful for your determination. Thank you for being a little postal hero." Katie's eyes filled with tears as she read the letter. She had never thought of herself as a hero, but knowing that she had made such a difference in someone's life filled her with pride. Word of Katie's efforts spread throughout the town. Soon, she became known as the Little Postal Helper. People began bringing her lost letters they had found, and she continued her mission with even more enthusiasm. She even started a lost mail club at school, where students could help her deliver letters and learn about the importance of kindness and perseverance. Mr. Thompson watched Katie's efforts with pride. "You've done an amazing job, Katie. You've not only delivered lost letters, but also brought our community closer together." Katie smiled. "I just wanted to help, and I've learned that even the smallest actions can make a big difference." As the years went by, Katie's love for the post office never wavered. She continued to help Mr. Thompson, and when she grew up, she became a postal worker herself, carrying on the tradition of kindness and dedication that had inspired her as a child. And And so, the story of Katie, the Little Postal Helper, became a beloved tale in Maplewood. A reminder that with a little determination and a lot of heart, anyone can make a difference, one letter at a time. If you like our stories, please like, subscribe, and turn on the little bell so you won't miss exciting stories every day. You are also welcome to share it with family and friends to listen to the story together. Love you.